Hi there, Joka here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, and today I'm sharing 4 cards with you that I've created with a bunch of new die sets, but focusing on the Sunnies for Life die set. And you can see there's only 3 pieces to this die, but the main piece is the pair of sunglasses that have 2 different designs in both glasses that you obviously can use differently. You don't have to use 2 different designs, but I did do that in today's video. And then you have a sentiment, aloha, that you can use in some different ways because it has a shadow around it. You can use it with the shadow, you can use it without, as you like. I'm die cutting everything from white cardstock. Normally I'm adding a layer of white cardstock behind color cardstock and pattern paper as well, because they are kind of thinner. I mean, some of them are heavyweight, but these kind of shapes I like to reinforce a little bit. And then I am also attaching it to a piece of cardstock so I can fill in the colorful design, or I can piece it back in. I don't like to do this on my card base because I like to move around my shapes. I never know what what kind of design I'm going for, so I like to test a few different arrangements, and this is a good way to do that. So I used kind of retro colors here that are perfect for your male relatives, friends. And yeah, this is how I intended the die to be, but obviously you could just use the stripes on both glasses, or then the circles on both, however you prefer. And now I'm gluing down the letters. I am using the shadow as well, and I am gluing down each letter onto a piece of cardstock so that I can then fussy cut them out and move around the letters one by one as well, because I wasn't quite sure where I want to add them to my card. It doesn't take very long to fussy cut these out. So, and well, this is an old Spellbinders or Fun Stampers Journey embossing folder that is not available anymore, but I thought it was a really good fit for my theme. So yeah, that's why I am using this. I'm sorry that I'm using products that are not mine, but these are things, when I don't have a product like embossing folders, I still like to use them, and I don't mind using other companies at all. And it's not that I want to confuse you, but not every company has embossing folders. So yeah, so back to the card. That is pretty much all that I'm gonna do with this card. It's a very simple design, really. I just have that main focal point with the Sunnies, and then a sentiment. That's all. I didn't even add anything else. Lately, I often end up making really simple cards. Okay, so another old Fun Stampers Journey embossing folder, but Spellbinders does have a similar one, not exactly the same. It's like a sunburst pattern. I'm gonna check if I find it and link it in as as an option for this one if you like. I think that's also very cool with like summer themed cards. And this time I am creating a white pair of sunglasses, and I'm using 2 palm trees, on both glasses, as you can see. And I think I actually prefer this version. And now I don't know, I just wanted to add a little something other than the sentiment. So I'm aligning the sentiment to the right, and then to the left in the same spot, I created a small piece that is, I just, I just cut some really thin stripes from the same papers that I used, and then I put that together on a piece of paper, and that's it, just to add a bit more color. Now, I'm using the For You die set for my sentiment on this next card, and again the same embossing folder as in the first case. And because I die cut all those colorful stripes and circles, I have all these Sunnies left. So obviously I did not want to throw away anything, so I'm just layering them up, and while doing so, I'm offsetting them ever so little so that it's the color below just peeks through a little bit, and that's it. And I'm not going to fill in the glasses like I did before, but instead, again, I have a few of the palm trees in the same colors, and I'm layering them up the same way as the Sunnies, but then the opposite. I went the opposite direction with the colors, so the colors are inverted, so to say. And now I am, again, I'm not so into white backgrounds on my cards, so I'm trying to add more color. So I trimmed off the corner of that card, and I cut a few strips of color cardstock that I'm going to add to my card base there. And then I'm also gonna have a little bit of white corner left there that I will want to try to replace by the that part of the embossing, well, the embossed background. But I'm not a very good at calculating things or measuring things or anything like that. I'm always eyeballing everything, and I did not do it right, so I will show you what I mean. So basically what I did there, I just cut off that corner approximately, I marked it with a pencil where the yellow strip ended, but then when I trimmed off that corner, it wasn't exactly the same shape somehow. But instead of worrying about it, I did add it, and there is a little bit of a white cardstock in between the two. I don't know if it's visible from this angle. It's not perfect. I think normally it would bother me, but for some reason I just couldn't deal with that. So I'm gluing down the palm tree here, and then I have a sentiment, and then that's it for this card. And by the way, I'm sorry about my hair being in the frame. The fan is next to me, and it's blowing my hair all over the place. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's heat wave everywhere, so it's been terrible. We don't have air conditioning, so yeah, it's hot. Now, I did have a bunch of these circles left, and again, I don't like to throw away things, so I'm gluing them down onto a piece of cardstock, and then fussy cutting them out, and I'm going to just use these circles. And this is a German sentiment die that's new. This is another Spellbinders embossing folder, which is actually new, so you can still buy this. I just wanted to add some texture in my background, and I thought these bubbles or circles are fun. So it's again a very simple card. I'm just going to layer everything on top of each other. I wanted to go with 6 circles. I had enough die cuts for 6 circles, I think, but they are too big for 6 so on the card. So I'm just gonna end up with 4, and then I'm going to add the sentiment, which is quite large, on top of these and in the middle. So I think it makes sense like that. And again, this sentiment is the same type of sentiment that I have a lot of, so it works the same way. It has an outline die and the background die, so that you can easily fill or puzzle those pieces back together. And then I added foam tape to this, most everywhere. And then I think, well, this is obviously not one layer. So where I have an extra layer with the circles, I did not use foam, if that makes sense, so that the sentiment is level. Now, this is a new sentiment set called Frieden Anlass. And then I have this old everyday sentiment set, which is a smaller set, but the German set I wanted to be bigger, because I don't do a lot of German stuff. So I hope the German people among you, or the German speakers, will be happy for this one. And then I'm embossing 2 of these with gold embossing powder, and I will add these as sub-sentiments to the cards that say, oops, a little bit late, one in German, one in English. Now, back to my cards, and well, actually, now I'm thinking about it, I don't even have the oops, a little bit late in this set, right? No, I just cut this. Sorry. Honestly, this heat wave is frying my brain. Okay, so I embossed sentiment for that card at the bottom, because I don't know, I just wanted to add something to it, like so, you know, just it wasn't special enough. So I decided to add this sentiment strip there. And then the other one I did for the German card. So here you have all 4 cards. I hope I could give you some ideas with this set. Obviously, there's a lot more that you can do with it. And I really, really can't wait to see all your projects. I love seeing other people's projects with the same die, because everybody has different ideas, so it's really great. Okay, so thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you check out the other products and videos that are on the channel today, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.